Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Marvel Legends Black Widow. For some reason, I keep forgetting her name. So, it's Black Widow with motorcycle. She's pretty neat. It's something I purchased on Cyber Monday for a stupid low price, which is the only reason I got it. Um, I wanted to see what the 12-inch the 1/12 scale motorcycle was like, and got a Black Widow figure with it as well. So we'll talk about it today and discuss my feelings on this figure. If you're watching this, you're watching Blind Prime, and this is More Than Meets the Eye, a series developed to help raise awareness for the blind through alternative means and methods. If you wouldn't mind, do below what everybody else asks you to do. All right. Well, let's get into this. So, first off, there's some likes and dislikes, but we'll talk about what it comes with. So, you get this Black Widow figure. She's decent. Typical Marvel Legends style articulation for a female figure. Nothing special, actually. She comes for accessories. They consider the motorcycle an accessory, so one motorcycle, and one extra head with longer hair. That's it. I was hoping for some guns or something, because it's Black Widow, but I got nothing. It's just a Black Widow with this motorcycle. The motorcycle's all right. It's got some cool features, like for instance, it's got spring-loaded back area. The front is not. The front has no hydraulics to it. So even though the back can bounce, the front does not bounce. The wheels are rubber. It's got rubber tires. So awesome. I have to say that so far it's been McFarlane and Hasbro and most people that do the four-wheelers. They've got the rubber wheels so far in the 1/12 scale, which is pretty nice. Black Widow here sits pretty well on her little motorcycle. There are no peg points to plug her feet in, which I have to say is kind of an annoyance. But then again, I don't think she actually has any plugs on the bottom of her feet. So there's that. Nope, she does, in the heel. She's got plugs in the heels, but they didn't give us any plugs to stamp her feet down. Instead, they gave us these two little bars on either side where she can rest her feet. But for some reason, I haven't been able to get this foot, the left foot, to actually bend correctly to put it on that bar. It's just been a hassle. No, don't bend for the bar. There you go. I got it. But for some reason, her foot's all twisted. It's all twisted weird, like her ankle is broke. Stop that. Put your foot back. There. Okay, there we go. Now we got her with her feet on both of the bars. The articulation for this Black Widow, like I said, is typical articulation for a female figure. If you have a Marvel Legends figure that's a female, then you've got the Black Widow articulation. There's nothing special there. The motorcycle is okay. It's a little small for a motorcycle. Let me get the Lego scale out? Yeah, let me get the Lego scale out. Let's see. It stretches from, park it right there. We'll do back wheel to front wheel. And boom. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 studs long is the motorcycle. It's not a very long motorcycle. It's more of a smallish motorcycle. It's definitely a crotch rocket. It's a very tight construction of a motorcycle. And I appreciate the detail. Like, you can feel the motorcycle chain. You can feel the compartment that it's housed in. And then at the edge, right at the back wheel, you can actually feel the individual links of chain. So that molding's pretty nice. You get good tire molding. This isn't just a piece of rubber that they threw on here. They actually molded in grooves for a tire. I do dislike the fact that these tires are rounded. They have they're very rounded, and that's so it can get some sideways stuff in real life and actually cut corners much faster. But for display purposes, rounded tires make this thing very difficult to sit on your shelf. The windshield is very small on the front. It's cut off pretty low. It doesn't even really work much as a windshield, more so as a plate, as a screen to protect all the gauges. And if you feel in there with your finger, you can actually feel individual gauges, which is pretty nice. You get a little speed gauge, I guess, a fuel gauge, and some sort of temperature gauge, maybe. It's decent. The front of the motorcycle comes down to a peak, and then the actual wheel well is underneath it. That's like some sort of, I don't know why it's such a peaked front. Like, I wonder if that's in reference to something. Unless it's supposed to be kind of the front end of a Black Widow symbol, or the top end of it. I don't know, but it does come to a peak there. This thing's decently weighed. Let's get the my little stand out of the way. Oh, if you have one of these Ubitsu stands, you're going to have to use the grasper arms, the little grasper hands for the motorcycle. It doesn't have any sort of stand hole, which is an oversight, I think, by Hasbro. Like, I felt all over the place on this guy and couldn't find a single little bitty, 1 or 2 millimeter hole or any sort of hole to put a stand into. There's no place to plug a stand in. So, and you get this puny little bitty kickstand that you can kickstand right on the on the same side of the motorcycle as that chain detail. And it does work, but it's a really small and flimsy kickstand. But it does work. Other than that, I don't know if you would pay $40 for this thing. I'd say wait to find it on sale. This is it's decent, but it's like $30 decent. So that's why, when I found it for $20, I picked it up. I thought that was below the market value. This thing is not worth $40 though. It does have some nice quirks to it. I do really like the little the mirrors, the side view mirrors on each side of the motorcycle. I wish they were adjustable. That'd been neat. Like, wait, are they adjustable? Oh, they kind of are adjustable. Their point where they're at, it can allow them to move slightly. So, and they're on rubbery plastic, so they are adjustable. This thing's made with some nice plastics. I do appreciate the feel of it. It feels like they made it, most of this out of ABS or other type. The seat area is actually of a different plastic. I don't think that's just paint. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But the seat area definitely has the texture of leather or something, or synthetic fiber that you would see on motorcycle seats these days. So that's pretty neat. And it's got a decent weight to it, but it's still light enough where you can pose it pretty well on things and not worry about it breaking your Ibitsu stand. Like Skylinks broke mine because he just decided to break it one morning. That was a fun noise. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. It's a decent sculpt. It's a decent motorcycle, and that's really why I bought it. And the sculpt for Black Widow is okay. I don't really. She's all in one piece. There's not really much to differentiate. She does have her gauntlets on. The face mold does feel like a face. It's decent. The hair mold's kind of nice. I just don't understand why we got 2 head molds when we could have gotten just 1, unless she's got a different facial expression, which I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if she's got a different facial expression or not, but the long hair, short hair thing, they could have just given us a Lady J, where you could take off the top of her hair and replace it with a hat with hair on it or something. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. So, if you're looking for a nice motorcycle, a nice Ninja or a Kawasaki Ninja, that's what I think of when I'm holding this motorcycle, is Kawasaki Ninja, just a really small motorcycle. I say get it. Yeah, there's not that many options out there for 1/12 scale vehicles, though there are a lot of options out there for 1/12 scale vehicle motorcycles. So if you want this particular one with the Black Widow, then get it. If it's for your collection. It's a decent motorcycle. It's a decent figure. it's not below average on either scale. If you're just looking for the motorcycle, there are other companies that do 1/12 scale motorcycles, and I haven't heard anything bad about them. Though I just keep blanking on the name. I'll remember it next time. I do know that I have done my 4-wheeler, 1/12 scale 4-wheeler was from that company, and I'm really happy with the stuff they do. Uh, but yeah, other than that, guys, I am Blind Prime, and you've been watching More Than Meets the Eye. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've learned something today about Black Widow with the motorcycle. And tune in next time where we talk about another motorcycle themed product. All right. Well, Merry Christmas, and until next time.